I was almost going to bet money how long it would take them to sell that intermediate out of this. How fast he'd sell for $100. The post said just now, and it was already sold.
It still hadn't posted 1 minute, and I had money in my hand.
Alright, today we have the AirDog truck here in the shop today. They have a 2014 48 RE swapped. They had some issues with third gear starts and converter loading up a little bit. That has some valve body issues, some junk in the valve body that could cause a valve to stick, solenoid to engage. So he drove here early this morning from Indiana, and I pulled the trans out. It's over in the trans room. We're waiting. We're gonna go through it, repair it. We're gonna get them on the road once we get it figured out and fixed and gone through.
So on this truck here, it came in, has a pinion seal leaking. So instead of just popping the nut off for the pinion and everything like that, we do it the right way. So we take apart the whole differential. We got both axles out right now. We take apart the center differential, pull it all out, then pull the pinion out, replace the crushed sleeve in there and the new seal, and put it back together, and he should be done by the end of the day.
Today I'm installing a Gray's Performance and Off-Road 150 PSI map sensor. Pretty much it allows you to read accurate boost on a edge monitor, or the biggest thing is in the tune file. If you have a tune, or if you have a set of turbos that makes more than 37 PSI, you can install one of these. The tuner will be able to get your fueling a little bit better, should help it run a little bit cleaner. So we will go through the install process today and show you a little bit what goes into installing one of these. So it's a little adapter harness that plugs into your existing map sensor, and then this here will plug into the sensor that comes with the kit. So I will need to drill and tap 1/8 inch MPT into my intake horn. That's where I'm going to put mine. You can find different places on your intake if you want. Pretty much wherever you can install it, wherever you can drill and tap into your intercooler piping or something like that. So I will pull my intake horn off, drill and tap the threads into the intake horn, and we can go from there. Alright, so now that we have the sensor installed, I will take the adapter harness, unplug the factory map sensor, plug it into the harness here, and then the one end plugs into the factory map sensor, and the other end plugs into the sensor that came with the kit. Simple as that. So once that's done, situated, zip tied up, I'll zip tie that up a little bit later. Now the rest is in the tune file to match the boost, actual boost. I'll show you guys how I can do that in the tune file. So I open my tune file, I go to ECM sensors. I got the scaling from Jeremy Gray for his 150 PSI, so I need to change the axes for it to go from 0.5 volts to 4.5 volts, and then I changed the value for the boost for at 0.5 volts. It needs to be at 0 PSI. And at 4.5 volts, it needs to be at 150 PSI. So once I have those changes done, I will flash it in the truck, go data log it, make sure that boost is reading correctly. I have a boost gauge in my truck. That way I can compare the boost in the data log to the boost on my boost gauge. Make sure that lines up, and then I can also, since it allows, or it reads accurate boost, it allows me to do a little bit better boost limited fueling and a few other things like that in the tune file. So with that, it's really all it takes to install one of those. As long as you work with your tuner that you have, he should be able to get that rescaled for you to flash another tune file into your truck.
Alright, so we had found some issues on the quad cab over the winter. We pulled the head apart, being that it had oil, it had cracked head. It was showing a little bit of oil coming out of the exhaust manifold on cylinder 1 and 6. So we went to pull the head off, found that we actually melted a piston. So apparently while we were towing, or either towing or most likely towing, either that or drag racing, we got it a little bit too hot for too long. Ended up being melted in the piston. We had to replace a sleeve in the engine and put new pistons, rings. We just did a general refresh on the engine, so I'm at the point of going back together. We're going to get some test hits on this thing before we head out to Rudy's and make sure that we are 100% locked and loaded and ready to roll.
Today we got Derek Benson's truck in. It came in doing flare shift, 2 to 3 flare shift. So we pulled it apart, looked at it, did a service on it, and found out the TV lever wasn't opening up at full throttle, wasn't opening up to 100%. So we did adjustments, finished the trans service, took it down the road, brought it back, everything was fine. With the TV lever, if it's not adjusted correctly, they won't hit full governor pressure, which causes flare shifting. So it's really important to make sure that your cable and everything's adjusted right. If not, then you'll be in here next.